Hello, this is yours truly, Charles Prosper, with another installment of Success Through Consistency. And if you don't know who I am and what I do, I help you to achieve your most important goals through the power and the principle of consistency. And in this series, I give you my take on how to achieve your most important goals through various principles of success, consistency being one of them. And this particular installment, I'm going to talk about a principle that overrides almost everything you think about planning and goal setting and all of the other things. I want you to consider that if you have the intention to be successful, if you are determined to be successful, this triggers another phenomena, which is called the willingness to do whatever it takes. Let me say this: if you have the willingness to do whatever it takes, you have, in essence, the key to achieving your goals. Because life reveals itself to you according to your willingness to see what it is that you need to see. A plan is fine, and I think that initially you should start out with some idea of what you need to do and where you need to go. But extremely detailed plans, or plans that are based upon some self-proclaimed success guru that's giving you a step-by-step formula that they used maybe 10 or 15 years ago, that you are supposed to use as a turnkey solution to be successful today with a particular goal that you have, not necessarily is a one-size-fits-all type of proposal. When you're willing to do whatever it takes, you have an initial plan. It may not be a perfect plan, and you have to understand that a plan is not something that's fixed, and it's not necessarily something that has the ability to predict everything that's going to happen in the future. It is something that you start with as a launching board, and as you do, you learn what to do next. In other words, when you take action, you get a result. And as a result, it becomes obvious of what the next thing it is that you do. This is what's called learn by doing. You see, action triggers more action, and more action triggers learning, and more learning triggers feedback of what you should do next. The only thing that is necessary for you to continue to succeed and to continue to progress in where you're going is the willingness to do whatever it is obvious that you need to do next. Such that when you see a problem, you solve it. When you see a situation that's particular to you, you find the way to make it work. The willingness to do whatever it takes opens you up to intuition, to that gut feeling of what to do next. It opens you up. The willingness to do whatever it takes, the whole concept of willingness is, well, if you want to look at it from a spiritual perspective, willingness is opening yourself up to the universal messages and guidance that is ready to help you when you're willing to be open to receive them. Such that if you are willing to do whatever it takes, this will trigger your intuition to give you the hunches that the success guru could never have given you. And then you will know what to do next, and you'll see what happens, you'll see what works, and you'll see what doesn't work. You'll be literally creating your plan, your blueprint as you go. You see, a plan is not something that's fixed and set in stone. A plan is a living, breathing organism that expands and contracts according to what it is that you need to do at the particular time. What you need to know now is what you need to know now. What you need to know later will be different than what you need to know now based on what you do and what you act upon at this moment. When you're willing to do whatever it takes, this triggers also dream intuition. Sometimes you will get ideas in dreams that will tell you what to do next. You will be able to see things that you couldn't see before because you hadn't started. It's kind of like climbing a mountain. At the bottom, you can't really see all of the panorama of what's possible until you keep moving toward the top. And as you move toward the top, you begin to see things that you couldn't see when you're on a lower level. And things that you see on a higher level becomes obvious for you to do that you couldn't see before you started. So taking action is the first step to seeing what it is that you need to do next. You learn by doing. Your plan evolves as long as you're willing to continue to follow that which is obvious for you to do. The key is that once you say you're not willing to do something, everything shuts down, and all of the universal messages and all of the intuition and all of the guidance also shuts down as well. So as long as you're open, as long as you're willing, as long as you're ready, that the messages and the obvious of what your plan it is that you need to do will continue. So that keep in mind that all the answers that you seek are already within you. The only thing that you need to do is open yourself up to receiving the messages that will tell you step by step what your situation needs to utilize and what you need to do at the present time. So that's my take for today. The key thing is intention. If you intend to do something, if you're determined to do something, if you are unafraid to trust yourself, part of being willing to do whatever it takes is to trust yourself. And trusting yourself is trusting the messages that come from higher sources to yourself. And as long as you're trusting your heart, yourself, your intuition, what's obvious, what's before you, what you need to do next, you have to go into the right direction. And remember, keep in mind, you can always know when you're learning by doing, when you're learning by moving forward in a positive direction, when you're solving problems, when you're not afraid. It becomes very obvious when you're on the right track, because there's a very simple way for me to tell you how you know that you're on the right track and how you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Whenever it is that whatever you're doing, the things that you do become easier and easier. Everything you do, people show up at the right time. Perfect timing happens. You get the right idea. You find the right book. You come across the right course. You meet the right person, and things just keep flowing and moving in the right direction. You know that you're doing the right thing. Whenever you're doing something and everything becomes more difficult, doors start to shut, appointments become canceled, your car breaks down, persons disappoint you, and things feel like you're forcing it. Whenever you feel like you're forcing something, when constantly things become worse and worse and worse, you're on the wrong path. So as you are going on the correct path, things will naturally open up and you'll naturally see what to do next. The problems that come up will be problems that you can obviously solve when you keep moving forward. In the wrong direction, things begin to become more and more complicated. So as long as you are willing to do whatever it takes, you will get the universal guidance as you wish, the guidance from God within you to know what to do next. Willingness is open willingness is to be open to the answers that need to come to you. Okay, that was my take today on one of the key principles of success. And if you like this particular, but before you tell me if you liked it, let me tell you that I have a gift for you, which is my book, Why Consistency is the Key to All Success and How to Be Consistent to Achieve Any Goal, which you can get from Amazon, or you can look below if you happen to be looking at this on YouTube, or on my Facebook group, Success Through Consistency, which I suggest that you become a member of as soon as you can. Look at the links below and you can download the PDF of the book, as well as an audio that I did on consistency about 5 years ago that I think is absolutely awesome, because I did it and I know what's inside of it. Again, as I was about to say, if you enjoy these video series, give me a thumbs up, hit the like and subscribe button, and please leave me a comment. Leave me a comment, give me some feedback. Let me know what you think about some of the topics that I cover, and if you ask a good question, I will make a video just to address that question so we all can learn and become better as a part of it. Okay, that's it for today. Again, this is yours truly, Charles Prosper, welcoming you and to join me again on another installment of Success Through Consistency. Stay consistent to achieve your most important goals. Thank you.